A year ago, I replaced my old Travelpro carry-on bag with this new Travelpro carry-on bag. Will this bag from Level 8 make me change again? Well, that's what we're talking about in this video, and we're doing it right now. Hey folks, Kevin here with a review of the Level 8 Adventurer Series 20-inch carry-on bag. Now I don't do a lot of product reviews, but as I mentioned in the intro, about a year ago I had to replace my carry-on bag. And at that time, a Level 8 was at the top of my list. Now I did not purchase a Level 8 bag then. So in this video we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about why I did not purchase a Level 8 at that time. We'll talk about why they're back in the mix now with this bag. And then we'll look at it. We'll look inside it. We'll look all around it. Then I'm going to put it to the test. In about a week and a half, Liz and I are headed to Asia. We're going to Hong Kong, then we're going into mainland China, then to Singapore. So this bag will be on planes from 4 different airlines. It's going to be wheeled through 6 different airports. It's going to be in train stations and on high-speed trains in China. And it's going to be wheeled across all types of terrain. So when we're through with all that, I'll know for certain whether or not this is the right bag for me and potentially the right bag for you too. So let's dive into all that. First things first though, Level 8 did send me this bag to review. However, I am not being paid for this review. I can assure you of that. And they have no say over what I say. So any opinions I have of the bag now and after we're finished are purely my own. So I want you to know that up front. They did also send me some of their packing cubes, their compression packing cubes. I've been using packing cubes for years now. I've been using compression packing cubes for a couple of years now, and they make a huge difference. I use these from Tripped, so we'll see how well the Level 8 compare, and I'll let you know how that goes. Level 8 also is providing me with a discount code, so if you decide you would like to purchase a Level 8 bag or packing cubes or anything from them when we're done, you can use that discount code to save some money, which never hurts. Now, I'm not going to give you that until the end of the video because I want to make sure I want to recommend this bag before I provide a discount code. So make sure you watch to the end so you can receive that. So let's get to it. Why did I not purchase a Level 8 bag a year ago? Because once again, they were at the top of my list. I was looking at bags from Monos and away. I wanted a 4-wheel spinner bag that was the hard shell, and Level 8 was at the top of my list. And in a minute, we're going to talk about why that was. But there was one key thing about the bags from Level 8 that was a deal killer for me. I want a bag that's a top load bag so that when you lay the bag down, right, on its back, you open the lid and you've got full access to the bag to pack it. At that time, Level 8 did not have a bag like that. All they had were the clamshell bags. So clamshell meaning when you lay it flat and open it, you've got half the bag on the left, half the bag on the right. I don't want that, I don't like that. That's a personal preference of mine. I prefer to have the entire bag where I can just top load it. Once again, Level 8, just like those other brands I mentioned, only had the clamshell bags. To me, that's like packing twice and then hoping it fits together. They also take up a lot of space. So if you're in a smaller hotel room, you know, you've got to leave it closed. You can't leave it open. Or if you've got one of those luggage racks that's against the wall, it won't fit long ways or perpendicular. And if you do it long ways, you can't access the entire bag. So that was a deal killer. That is why I did not purchase Level 8. So when Level 8 reached out to me, which they did recently, and wanted to know if I wanted to review some of their luggage, I almost said no. Fortunately, I went to the website, and lo and behold, over the past year, they've introduced this new Adventurer Series of bags. So the main thing about these bags for me is they are top load, and we'll look at that in a little bit. So the Adventure Series bags, this is the 20-inch carry-on from Level 8. This bag also comes in a 24-inch size and a 28-inch size. Those two will be check bags. This is the true carry-on. And when you see it in person, what I like about it is I'll put the dimensions here on the screen somewhere and the weight, but when you see it, it looks like a carry-on. And why I think that is important, we know airlines are getting strict on sizes of bags. No one's going to look at this bag and think, what are you doing? That doesn't meet the requirements. It looks like a carry-on, so I like that about the bag. This color is called Celadon, It's kind of a green color with a darker gray on the back. I've got to apologize. I'm inside today doing filming, and the lights, it's raining outside, and the lights I'm using, the color temperature is just super bright, and I don't think it's doing this bag justice. So if you don't like what you see, I think you'd like it a little bit better in person. But if you really don't like it, the bag also comes in all black, and it comes in yellow and black. So think of this as yellow, and this is black, and this is black. Looks kind of like a school bus, but if that's your thing, they have that color too. But nice bag. So let's take a look at it. What I'd like to do first is kind of cover what drew me to Level 8 to begin with, and then we'll take a look at the entire bag, because there are three main things that I really want to learn about with Level 8 or that intrigue me. One is just the look of the bags. I like their bags. They're smooth-sided. They don't have a lot of ridges and texture and things like that. That's a preference. It has nothing to do with the function of the bag. That's just my preference. The main two things about Level 8 that have me wanting to try this bag out, one are the wheels. Any review you read about Level 8, any luggage reviewer is going to tell you that Level 8 has some of the best wheels in the industry. So I'm looking forward to finding that out for myself. But supposedly very quiet, very smooth rolling, and very durable. And I need that, and I'll tell you why in a second. This other thing that intrigues me about this bag, and probably the most important thing, is this. Some of their bags have this wide handle that's the full width of the bag, not just in the center, right? And to me, this is what I want to find out. I'm hoping this gives me a lot more stability. It's also going to allow for additional room in the bag, and I'll show you why that is in a second. But I'm really hoping this wide handle is going to give me extra stability, not so much for this bag itself, but for this. This is my camera bag. This is my Timba 24 liter. I think it's a 24 liter. But when this thing is fully loaded, it weighs about 20 pounds, just over 20 pounds. And like you, I'm sure, with your spare bag, I carry this on top of my carry-on when I'm wheeling through airports and wherever I'm going, because this goes on the plane with me. So I carry it on top of here. And that's a heavy bag. And what I found with my soft-sided bags, my Travelpros, even the new one, is it won't sit there on its own unless I strap it in, and then it's still somewhat tippy. It wants to tip over. Certainly my old two-wheel, but even the new four-wheeler. Because on most bags, when that handle is in the middle, when you've got a bag on top, even though you have four wheels, you're still kind of pushing from the middle. Because what I find is when I'm getting off of a moving sidewalk or escalators, even with that new four-wheel bag, the Travelpro, when I'm pushing from the middle, that still wants to tilt when my camera bag is on top. My hope is this wide handle is going to eliminate that. I can push from here or push from here and not give it any more tilt. So I'm super excited about this. We'll see how it works. That's why I wanted to look at Level 8 to begin with a year ago, was this wide handle and the reputation for their good wheels, and I like the way it looks. But let's look at the rest of the outside of the bag. A few things to note. There are two grab handles. There's one here on the side, as well as one here on the top. What's nice about this is it's flush as you can be to the bag. With my soft-sided bags, they're somewhat rounded, which is another reason that camera bag doesn't sit on top that well. See how nice and flat that is? I know I'm harping on the camera bag, but it's an important part of what I do. So, we've got a grab handle here, grab handle here. Unfortunately, there's no grab handle here. I really wish Level 8 had put one here or something so you could pull from under the wheels. You just never know how you're going to load this bag into an Uber or a hotel shuttle or your own car, and having the ability to pull from underneath the wheels, I think is a good thing. I wish this bag had that. It doesn't. It's not a deal killer, but it does not have that. Now, you see the seam here, and it looks like there's a zipper like it's one of those half and half bags, but it's not. That's actually an expansion joint. So what you can do is unzip this, and it gives you extra space inside. Level 8 claims it gives you an additional 5 liters. I have no reason to not believe that, but it gives you extra space, all right? So what you can do, I'm gonna use this more as a compression mechanism, so I'll put my extra things in there, and then I'll zip it back up and compress it down. Right? So now it's all compressed down, which is nice. You also have feet here on the side and also on the back, which is nice. It allows you to keep it level, especially when the wheels are like that. It's going to allow you to keep it level and keep it off the ground, so that's nice. Has a TSA lock if you so desire to use that. For me, that's more of just since this is my carry-on bag, that's more of a nuisance thing, but it's there for you if you'd like to use it. But let's zoom in and take a look at the inside of the bag. Okay, before we open it up, I do want to remark on the bag itself. I like the material, this Markerline polycarbonate. It feels very durable. We're certainly going to find out. I like the rounded edges. Hopefully that'll help as far as damage and lack of scratches is concerned, but we'll certainly find out. Nice YKK zippers. Let's take a look inside. Top load, obviously that's why we're looking at this bag now. You do have a pocket up here. It's a thin pocket. This is typically where I'll keep a book, something I want to access in the airport maybe, or on the plane. I'll often put a change of clothes here for a long flight, 13, 14-hour flight if I want to change when I'm done, or dirty clothes towards the end of the trip. But you do have a nice pocket there. And what's neat about the lid is you've got these straps to hold it open. So if you don't want to let the top flop, you don't have to, but you can undo these. It's just a simple snap. So for packing, for example, I'll definitely undo these. But you have the option of keeping it up or letting it lay flat like that. That's a nice option to have. You do have a hold down strap. This is not a compression strap like you see in some bags where you've got the tube where you can compress things down, but it is nice to have a hold down. You'll see on the flaps you have small pockets. I like that. I'm used to having two small pockets like this. Typically in my Travelpro bags, they're down here on the side, so I'm glad I don't have to give those up. These are helpful. Once again, charge cords, since there's not a pocket on the outside of the bag, something you might want to access during the flight or at the airport. For me, I'll keep medications, vitamins, things like that in these, but it's super nice to have just these small pockets. Interior of the bag is great. I like the fact that it comes down into the belly, into the wheel area. You don't lose any space because of the wheels. And as Travelpro mentions, because of that wide handle, and I did not believe them until I saw it, you have full use of the interior of the bag. I did not realize how much room the handles for my Travelpro bags took up until I opened this one. So because of that wide handle, you don't lose any space on the interior of the bag. I like that. I think that's going to be a huge benefit. You also have a pocket down here. It doesn't run the full length of the bag, but that's okay. It's a nice size. So you've got 1, 2, 3, really 4 pockets on the inside. Nice interior space. It feels good. I think this bag is going to hold up well. Zippers work nicely. That's it. Okay, folks, now that we've seen the bag, we've learned about it, we've looked in and all around it, it's time to put it to the test. Liz and I are going to head to Asia. We'll be right back. Hey folks, we're back from China. We had a wonderful trip. It really was incredible. What a great journey we had. So make sure you look for videos about the trip down the road. But let's cut straight to the chase and let's talk about the Level 8 bag that we tried out. And I love it. Short story is I love it. It will be my carry-on bag going forward. It really accomplished everything I hoped that it would. So let's talk about what that is. And first and foremost, I love that wide handle. I really do. It did what I hoped it would do, and that's provide additional stability, especially when I put the camera bag on top. There was no tipping. I was able to push from the back of the handle, pull from the front, and I can't say enough good things about it. I really do love that wide handle, and it was a game changer for me. It just rode so well and moved so well. And speaking of the camera bag, it set perfectly on top of that bag. So it was nice and flat, as I discussed earlier. The camera bag sat on it without help, so it would not fall off when I stopped rolling the bag and things like that. For longer journeys on city streets and sidewalks, I did use a luggage belt to strap it to the bag, but just wheeling around through airports and things like that, no issues there. Getting on and off of escalators and moving sidewalks, no tipping issues, rolled super easy, could not be happier with that. And speaking of rolling and wheeling around, those wheels are incredible. All the advertising is correct, all the reviews are right. Very smooth rolling bag, very quiet wheels, but just on all types of terrain. As I mentioned before, this bag got a workout. On-road, off-road, sidewalks, city streets, airports, train stations. It took it all. Very durable wheels. I was a little concerned, but no issues there. Easy rolling bag, could not be happier with it. Love that wide handle. The size of the bag is great. It fit in all the overhead bins, whether it was on a train or an airplane. At the smallest, we had an Embraer 170, all the way up to an A350. We had 777s and also a couple of A330s, I think. No issues fitting into overhead bin space on any of the airplanes. Never got a glance on whether or not it was the right size or not. So really kudos to Level 8 for that. Really like the bag. Inside, all the space we needed, exactly what I expected. With the wide handle, of course, we had the use of the entire bag. We talked about that, but love the bag, cannot recommend it enough. The packing cubes, kind of mixed on those. They're super nice. The material really is nice. I like them. The zippers are great, especially the one you zip to compress them. Much easier to compress than my normal compression packing cubes. My only issue is they don't compress as much. So that's the only downside to them for me. It worked out well for pants. I typically don't travel with blue jeans. I did for this trip, which are very hard to compress in a packing cube. But these work really well. For pants, shirts, didn't compress as much as I'm used to or wanted them to. So mixed views on that. So if you don't have compression packing cubes, I think these are a good fit for you. Give them a try. If you have some that are working for you, I don't know if there's enough for you to make a switch, maybe add to your collection. That's a thought. But mixed views on those. They are nice though, keep that in mind. But the bag itself, the Level 8, a 20-inch Adventurer Series carry-on bag, it's my new bag. I will be using it going forward. I highly recommend it. Go get you one. Speaking of getting one, I mentioned a discount code earlier in the video. Follow the link that we have in the description of the video to Level 8. Then you can use code KevinandLiz10. You'll get a 10% discount on anything you purchase on the website, not just the cubes or the bag itself, anything on there. They also from time to time have sales like Black Friday in November. So if you're shopping during that season or period of time, check the comments of our video as well as the description, and I will put that additional discount code as well. So it may be different. It may be a higher discount, like 20%. But you can use the Kevin and Liz 10 anytime to get 10%. Recommend you do that. We'll get a small commission on anything you purchase, which helps support the channel. Doesn't change the price for you. You'll actually save money. So make sure you do that. But I cannot recommend this bag highly enough. I really do like it. Once again, it's going to replace my Travelpro. Love the wide handle, super easy moving bag. Really do like it. So keep that in mind. Love the bag. Well, folks, that's it. That's the Level 8 Adventurer Series 20-inch carry-on bag. What do you think? I know I love it. I'll be continuing to use it. Maybe it's the right bag for you too. Make sure you check it out. It has me wondering though about their check-in size bags. I wonder how well those would work packing all my scuba gear in there for a long scuba diving trip. If you're curious too, let me know in the comments and we'll see if Level 8 will send us some of those bags to try out too. Well, folks, that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to our channel too. But for now, I'll see you at the next airport, airplane seat, hotel, or dive site.